Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Dogecoin, what has happened to it recently, and where I predict the price to go to in the near future, with some key price levels and some trades I'm looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 88% of people that watch my videos and are not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. So without further ado, let's get into this video and what has been happening with Dogecoin as of late. So basically what we've seen as of yesterday was a massive crash here on Dogecoin. Of course, since we made a video yesterday, we saw the price plummet from around this region here at just below 12 cents to a low here of 9.6 cents, which of course is not ideal whatsoever. It shows that we're completely in a now bearish trend here on Dogecoin. But you know, it isn't just a Dogecoin specific thing. We have a look at the whole cryptocurrency market, for example. We can see on the top right here, these are all the top coins, and they're just reporting 6, 7, 8% losses all across the board there. Everything here is in the red. Of course, Bitcoin is in the 19,000s. We've got Ethereum in the 1400s, and we've got other major coins really down a lot as well. And of course, that is down to the two major exchanges fighting it out. So we've had Binance and FTX. Binance selling their holdings in FTX, and the FTT token has taken a massive plummet, and obviously that has sparked fears of a whole crypto-wide plummet as well. So as you can see, this is the FTT token, and it's down from around 22 yesterday to a low of just under $15 here. So a really massive drop, and of course this sell-off precipitated the sell-off here in Dogecoin as well. So we saw that drop in the same time frame, and of course we're now following a steeper bearish trend. We can draw a trend line that actually just connects the price like this. So here on Dogecoin right now, we're in this pretty steep, harsh downtrend that we've got dictated by this trend line that here is here in yellow. In fact, if I make that a different color so it's differentiated from this other one, this trend line in orange is dictating the trend right now, and of course it's been respected 3 times so far by the Dogecoin price. So of course, you know, if we continue to respect it, then we're going to continue to head lower. And of course, this is very, very bearish. This is a steep bearish trend line that if we aren't able to break, then within the next few hours we should be heading lower on Dogecoin. Of course, the key levels I'm really looking at in terms of where we could find some support are on the Fibonacci levels. So you can see how well they've been respected on the way down. Of course, the price came to bounce off this fib in this region here, as you can see, but then of course trend line pushed the prices down further. We're now at this fib here, the 0.618 fib. Price is really coming close to this trend line. Something should happen within the next hour or two here on Dogecoin, and if we are unable to cross that resistance, then we should see the prices fall down to these levels here. Of course, the next fib is 8 cents, so that is quite a big drop from this level, 9.7 cents here. So if we do lose that, that's a 17% drop. So I'm really looking for the price to break through this resistance here in order to be somewhat bullish here on Dogecoin. Of course, the first thing I do see is some sort of chart pattern. So we are seeing some sort of consolidation on a very small time frame here, and it does look like we could be forming some sort of triangle. Of course, like I say, it's on a small time frame, so its reliability is probably somewhat less. However, if we do see a triangle play out like this, this could give Dogecoin a bit of a breather from this downwards trend that we've been in. So if we do see a breakout of this triangle, it could be quite nice, because the first test of resistance to the first test of support of this triangle is a 7% pump. So if we do break out of the triangle a little bit later, then we should see prices head towards 11 cents on Dogecoin, which would be pretty nice. Of course, that would break this downwards trend line that we have, so we should see an increase in volume for a successful breakout. If we don't see that increase in volume, if the volume stays really low as prices head a bit higher, then that is a red flag, and I do think prices will probably head down later on as well. So what we want to see if we go in this upwards direction is an increase in volume as we break through this trend line that we've got going down, and we break through this triangle here. So that would be pretty cool if we can do that. But if not, then and we break below this triangle here, we continue to respect this trend line, then of course price target becomes 9.3 cents. But as you saw with the fib levels, I'm really not seeing too much consolidation happening before this 8 cents region. Maybe the next level down would be this bit here, which kind of coincides where Dogecoin price consolidated in this region here. So maybe more like 8.8 cents as the next level of support. But still pretty bearish if we break down from the triangle like that. So something I'm really keeping my eye on over the next few hours. Of course, I'm going to be updating my trading view if I do make any trades, or if I do see anything here on Dogecoin, or I do see any developments here on Dogecoin. So be sure to follow me on there if you want to keep up to date with Dogecoin. The link is in the description below. And of course, like I said at the start of the video, if the whole cryptocurrency market is bearish, and typically we see a very bearish bias here on altcoins such as Dogecoin. And of course, in order for Dogecoin to be more bullish, if I'm going to be more bullish on Dogecoin heading in a direction like this and crashing through these major bearish resistances that we have here, then I want to see an improvement in the whole cryptocurrency market. So in that sense, it does make sense to have a look at Bitcoin and do technical analysis on what Bitcoin is doing, because if Bitcoin's going to make bullish moves, then we're going to see a bearish bias there on Dogecoin, and the chances of us crashing through these resistances and heading higher is going to be a lot more than if Bitcoin were to head downwards. So of course, at the moment, if we have a look at Bitcoin, we have this channel, this kind of bullish channel that's been here on Bitcoin now for the last 2 months or so, since mid-September-ish, where the price has been bouncing between these two lines here, this resistance that we have here and this support. So obviously they're very well respected for Bitcoin to be within this channel. And of course, very recently we've seen the price plummet. So yesterday I made a video, price was at around 20,800. Now we've headed down to 19,300, but thankfully we came quite quickly back up above this support line that we have here. So right now we're consolidating on Bitcoin at 19,600 or so. And we've lost some major resistances here on, we've lost some major supports here on Bitcoin as well. So we had a nice support going across Bitcoin like this for the past 2 weeks that we've come below. And of course, as you can see, we've come below some major supports here on Bitcoin as well. So obviously that explains somewhat the bearish behavior that we've seen throughout the whole of the cryptos. But now, Bitcoin's consolidating in this region. And of course, there's a possibility that Bitcoin can continue to bounce upwards. And of course, I do still think it's possible for Bitcoin to head to 20,000. Of course, we're seeing some consolidation at the moment. And if we see a break to the upside and we see Bitcoin pump to 20,000, say the stock market pumps and Bitcoin follows, then that is a scenario where I can see 20,000 being hit. And of course, that is a major resistance there. So as well, if Bitcoin is able to head higher, then we could springboard off this resistance and maybe head to 20,400. Potential scenario that I see, if the broader markets allow it, if the stock market is in the green and everything, then I do see this scenario happening. Of course, the levels that I've chosen for 20,400 there just reflect these Fibonacci levels here. So of course, as you can see, 20,400 is that 0.5 fib there exactly as well. So something I'm really looking out for as a price target if we do manage to pump here on Bitcoin, if the markets are looking green and everything. And of course, if Bitcoin is able to make this move back into the 20,000s, then as long as Bitcoin is going in that bullish direction, then we should see that on Dogecoin. And then the question just becomes, how long is Bitcoin going to be in that bullish direction for? Well, if it's just a few hours, then Dogecoin might head up for a little bit. But if it's over the next few days, then we can see a much larger bullish price movement here on Dogecoin as well. But if we do continue to go downwards, if we do continue to head downwards here on Bitcoin, which at the moment is looking quite likely because of just how much fear there is in the crypto markets right now, I do think we could continue to head down. And if we do break below this level, so this support that we've had here for 2 months, and we see candles closing below the support for too long, then I do believe we're going to be heading in a very bearish direction with a price target that looks around to be this region here at 18,200-ish, kind of encompassing the local lows here of Bitcoin back in September and October. And of course, if we head down to that region in a fashion that looks like this, for example, then on Dogecoin, that's not going to be too good. That's probably going to take the price of Dogecoin back down to these levels here at 6 cents, 5 cents. Really what we want to see is how Bitcoin kind of interacts in this region here. Of course, we've got this trend line, which is our support for a while. We have this trend line here, which has been a resistance here on Bitcoin for a while now. We have the support, which has been in play on Bitcoin for the last 2 months. And of course, we have some market weaknesses in crypto in general. So, price is hovering in this region at the moment. And it's pretty crucial to see where Bitcoin goes next. If we're able to break up to this level here, that's going to be good. But if we are doing something like this and we start to lose this level here, then let's just say I'm not going to be having any of my money in crypto at that point, because I do think things will be heading a lot lower if Bitcoin starts to lose the support that we have here. So I do believe it's a very critical point that we're watching right now. I'm going to be watching the markets throughout the day to see what Bitcoin does. At the moment, the pre-markets for the stocks are looking slightly green. So that is not a bad sign. That means that Bitcoin could head a little bit higher if the stock market continues to be green throughout the day. But it's not a guarantee. And if we do see Bitcoin head below this resistance here, If we do see Bitcoin head below the support here, then I do think things could get worse here in crypto as well. So something I'm really paying attention to. Of course, I will update my trading view if I do see a move here on Bitcoin that is bearish for the whole market and for Dogecoin as well. So be sure again to follow me on my trading view if you want to keep up to date with all that. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I have to say with Dogecoin. Of course, we're in this very steep downtrend, so we're not seeing too many chart patterns occur, just because we're continuing to follow this trend line, this bearish trend line. But at the end of the day, I'm always looking out for what the indicators are saying and looking out for any potential signs of trend reversals. And at the moment, RSI and MACD are indicating that we're continuing to head lower. Both are showing that we're in this bearish trend, and none showing that there could be a potential trend reversal in the near future. But of course, all of that could change as more price data comes in on Dogecoin. So maybe tomorrow's video will see something a little bit more promising on the RSI and the MACD in terms of a potential trend reversal here on Dogecoin. But now we're in this downtrend. We do need to break this trend line that we've got in orange here, because it's a very bearish one. If we can't, then the next level looks to be around 8.5 cents on Dogecoin. But if we can break through this triangle, as I say here, and consequently, and also through that trend line there, then the next price target becomes around 11 cents. And things should be looking a little bit nicer here on Dogecoin if we do manage to do that. So all eyes on what happens now in the next hour or two on Dogecoin, as we're right by this trend line. So pretty critical stuff, guys. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know in the comments if you're bullish or bearish on Dogecoin. But otherwise, guys, I'll see you on my next video.